If you know my videos and stuff, you'll know that I quite like delay and reverb. They can kind of make a guitar, I think, sound pretty cool. Just as an example, here's a dry guitar, I think, or not. With a bit of delay and reverb. So delay and reverb and these things can give you a sense of space. They can also make a guitar sound like this more futuristic thing, right? You can think of, I don't know, people like Dave Gilmour, people like Robert Fripp, people like Pat Metheny to some extent. These pieces of gear have been around. I think Les Paul may have even invented the delay pedal. Now, typically, I think even modern delay pedals these days, so the Boss Space Echo RE202 came out relatively recently, and I think a lot of people really like it. Obviously, Boss are pretty good at this whole delay thing, right? So I wanted to ask you what your favourite delay pedal in the world is, and also make a gentle kind of suggestion and question for me, which is this where real value can be seen in something like the Fractal FM3? Because I can just plug into it and I've got this little preset that I put together here. And within the same preset, so I've got access to this thing here, which is actually inspired a little bit by the Andy Timmons thing, right? So his latest thing, which I've had a few people ask me about as well, the Keeley Halo. So this thing isn't a delay pedal, but it's got like a tape style echo, which then turns into diffusion, which with almost any delay pedal in the real world is not that easy to achieve, right? Typically you don't have access to these controls. We kind of do in Fractal, and probably if you're a Fractal person, you're used to seeing this kind of stuff. So then you can have this thing which goes, kind of gradually washes out. If I turn off the reverb, here's what the delay is actually doing. So that's like a typical tape echo, right? And if I go to this next scene, I'm using the multi-tap delay now. I'll show you these settings later on. But here we get this. So it's getting out of the way, which is what Andy Timmons has been doing with this Halo pedal. You have like that tape thing going on, and then the tails are slightly diffused. Now, that's obviously easy to achieve with the fractal stuff. To some extent, you can probably do it with the Helix stuff as well, but it's nowhere near as editable as in the fractal world. So I'd like to know your thoughts. I can think of maybe something extreme like the Chase Bliss Habit. So this is like a relatively new kind of pedal which does sort of crazy long delay things, sort of loopery, weird stuff, right? Can you think of any delay pedal? What's your Desert Island delay pedal? For me, if you told me I could only have one thing that could produce delay, the Fractal FM3 for me, it does more than any other device. And I'll just show you some of the things that you could do with it. But the only kind of thing, the Strymon Timeline in the past, I might have said that does this kind of ice delay thing, which I really like, which I didn't think you could replicate in other places, but actually you can do that now kind of with glitch delay in the Helix and with pitch echoes in the FM3 or Axe FX. So that for me, I think would be my Desert Island delay, the Fractal FM3. It also helps that it can do everything else as well, but I just wanted to get an opinion from some of you guys out there that might be proper like delay heads. I know there's things like the Free the Tone Flight Time. I've had one of those. That was really cool and a really nice sounding delay, but I wouldn't say it's as versatile as anything in the modeling world. This Space Echo equally is really useful, but you know, if I was like, okay, I want to pan the heads, that's not a possibility. So versatile maybe is a thing that you might be looking for, or the best kind of tone, or the most unique kind of repeats, or some character to the thing that nothing else does. Let me know your thoughts. I guess also things like the DL4, which became sort of a classic thing for certain things they did, whether it's the auto volume echo swell thing, or, you know, being able to loop on them. Would that be a kind of thing? I guess the Strymon Timeline, I think, is still probably one of the most popular delay pedals in the world. But let me know, would it be something that you had to get down and kind of do stuff on? You could use a performance page on the FM3 to get quite a lot of versatility out of it, plus you've got scenes, plus you've got all of that sort of stuff. Yes, it would have quite a big footprint. I guess maybe some of the Boss DD500 type pedals. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I just want to jump on the screen and show you some of the cool delay stuff in Fractal now. I think it'd be fairly uncontroversial to say I can't think of anything more versatile than this. For individual tones and stuff, maybe you could leave some suggestions for more unique stuff. You know, there's not a lot of you know, what else can do this sort of stuff? Like, you know, there's just so much you can do, and if you wanted something Space Echo-ish, you've got all of these kind of options in here. you know, and if you want to get really crazy and in depth, you absolutely can. If I just delete this block, so that's that one. But as I'm saying this, you know, you could think about something like, are there many pedals out there that could do a pitch kind of echoes thing? So here's one of my favorite features. So if we go in here, we shift things up an octave and maybe another octave. You know, what else can do this stuff? And I can increase the diffusion on this. Get rid of that. Let's just get back into here, take a look at other options. Reverse, delay. Bucket types or it's just, you've got so much. I can't imagine something, but again, literally leave me comments if you think there's something you could imagine that would do all of this stuff. Maybe it would even do more. Obviously I can't know about every single thing out there. It's just that this to me seems to be, you know, obviously I've got a lot of stuff in this particular patch at the moment, so it's not. If I change the mix of this, so we've just got a little bit of light shim from that. So yeah, that's my little video on that. The preset I was using in the introduction was in fact JC Eric Again 2. I'll be happy to drop that into the Fractal folder if you want it. Leave a little comment. There's that buy me a coffee link if you want, but if you've already done that before, you can just use the old link, I think, and you'll still be able to get it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Is there a better delay kind of pedal out there than the Fractal FM3? I think maybe it's cheating a bit because it's sort of more than just a delay pedal, but if you can think of something that you would never part with, then please feel free to leave your comments. Maybe it's the Strymon Timeline, maybe it's an old trusty Boss DD2 or something like that. I'd just love to know your thoughts about where you get your favourite delays from. Catch you in another video soon. Cheers.